So we're gonna continue part B right now with it. Is that the quantity and the go ahead? We're gonna look at this text box right here for the quantity, and the text box is with the same width with it as well. So I want to pick up where we left off last time with this. So we're gonna make this the same width as the as the quantity for this as well with it. So here you go. So we can see the quantity here with it. One of the things I want to point out is that the next thing you can bring up is to grab the X in that we make here with it as well. So let me come in and we need to copy that X over and click copy. And just like we're copying a component, you're gonna copy this and make a back button and reverse this. So let's go back and make this a regular, not a 90 degree with it. And you can see how this that we have done is the plus symbol with it. I'm going to copy it over here and make this a minus symbol with it as well with it. So since you haven't clicked anything yet, the user is disabled with it. So let's make this a cool gray. Pull this out of the 20% opacity and like a 40% opacity with it. So this will make it enable to where we're going to add more than one with this. So you can go up or down 2 or 3, then go back to 1. Okay, so let's copy this and then make this a regular milk tea here. And then we're gonna, since we're gonna do a tappable, this is something that you can do and engage with the product with it. So let's make the primary action color. See what you can do here is that you can also remove it to make it a little bit of spacing and our little visual hierarchy with it as well. So let's make a line between these two. So I'll grab the line tool, and you will also see a quick key that is L, that you can also make a cool line and the tone back about 20%, opacity maybe about 30% opacity here. All right, so pretty simple checkout page that we're building out with this. So let's go ahead and have some fun. The prototype is here. So if you want to select one of the circle, the shopping cart icon, do a Command G, which is the group, and you can right click on the group and do the prototyping and drag it. This is a GUI prototype arm to the checkout screen here. So let's from the shopping experience we have wanted to move it here, moving it in, just tap on it, then we want to move it in here with it, and we want to come from the button so it moves up with it. Now that with the X, let's go ahead and back to the shopping scene here with it as well. So we want to move out and move it down here, and let's go to the prototype and let's see what it looks like. I'm going to press the play button and the present play button with it, so you're already seeing the tab. Let's go walk over and tab, and you can see it here. When I press the shopping icon, it slides up, and then you can press the X, it slides down. Very nice. So you can want to add more shows that look like this with it. You can add more numbers here. Press edit, remove, feel free to do that, and I'm going to usually choose one of that for these. So just it's just more about teaching you about the tools with it as well. So you can do that on your own time with it. At this point, I just like for you to copy this amount text from the final prototype, and we just select it and copy it. Now that you known how to use the text tool, you can actually build this as you want with it as well. So let's go ahead and copy it, speed things up a little bit here, and just paste it. We just want to do the artboard within the artboard with it, see how the paste works in place with it, and the artboard from here, tap top here, press Command V and paste it in the where you want to copy it, and then we'll make a drop down selection. Let's grab that line with it as well. So at this, let's paste it here and give it the interaction that the case had more to one with it than more than one with it as well. So all right, at this point we can do it as we have add the cancel button and the engage with any point with this thing. So yeah, we need to next hit the cancel button, then we need to actually allow that with it. So if you don't want if you want just to cancel all things that you have done, the shopping cart experience, you have just have what a next button that will help us go on to the next page with it as well. So I'm going to add a button here. I'm going to go over to make it less wide. I'm going to copy it over here, and then I want to actually I'm going to do the actual original width. Might be the original width would be okay. So let's probably go with the width here with about 145 wide. Now I'm going to copy it. Now it's going to copy it. It looks about right. Okay, so I'm going to go and here, and I'm going to copy, going to do the detached component, and I'm going to go to remove its component and bring it back. Right click on the button and select the button first, and right click on it and press detach instance with it. So as you can see, it went from purple boundary box selection to a blue boundary box selection, indicating that's no longer a component. Now I'm going to change the text of this button. Next, I'm going to change the text here with it. So to this one to be cancel. And I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the background. I'm going to add. I'm going to remove the fill with it, and you're going to actually hold on a second. Okay, so we got a few more minutes in here. I'm 7 minutes into the video. I just want to watch the time here with it. So we're going to continue on with the part B over here with it. So let's come over here, and I want you to take a look at this, but I want to add a stroke, and I want to make the stroke a primary color that we have had. So you could use in the style section that, as you can see, that you can see that we have, I'm going to use this color right here on the right to match the color that's in the cancel button with it. It's a little bit to the left with it. So we have some primary color, secondary button here. So let's go ahead and make this a secondary button component so that we can reuse it. So again, I grab the cancel button. I'm going to go to the component library page here on the left hand side. I paste it into that page. I'm going to select everything. Go to the diamond icon, and then I'm going to create a component that says primary button. Let's call it secondary. And then we'll change the word cancel to just a very generic B text with it, some sort of text that's very generic with it. Let's go back to the learning page. Here we're going to go to place it in the component. We call the cancel button component into these pages. So I will press the asset tab on the left hand side by the layers with it, so I can see the secondary button here with it. I click and drag into the prototype, paste it to paste in right on top of that button cancel with it, and then delete the cancel button with it. So I selected the artboard at the top of pressing the place with it. Nope, not that. Didn't want to place the 1 second. So I need to add the second button, the cancel button. I'm going to copy it again with it. I'm going to paste it in the artboard. Usually, if you don't originally paste this button in the artboard itself, it won't paste it like I just did. It happened before. So let's go ahead and move this down. Okay. Right now I'm at the top of the cancel button. I'm going to Command C. I'm going to select the cancel button, which is not the component, and delete it. And I'm going to select the artboard, paste it in place, and change the text to this component. Now let's make this an instance of that component and call it cancel. All right. Let's go ahead and make the cancel button So go back to the original shopping screen here that doesn't have the notification for the shopping cart. And we still want the same interaction here to slide this page down so that we can see when I click it, it slides down. So when we want to the next button to go to the next series of pages here. So if we go back to the layer tab here and look at the final prototype, the next series of pages here is going to be set up to my address to be delivery, and the boba will end up to my address if I input here. So we're going to have a back arrow here, and we're going to actually go to our learning page. Let's grab the artboard here. Let's hold down the option and click and drag and shift this page. At this point, we're going to grab the arrow icon so that you can go to the design goods and create over here and grab the icon, arrow icon, and press Command C, and we'll keep the X arrow for now, just for positioning the arrow. Let's go ahead and name this one address. So when I click on the artboard, double click on the address layer on the left, I can change the name. I'm going to paste this in place, or place it into an artboard, place it to the right around position of the X, copy it, delete the X, press the address artboard at the top and here, and paste that arrow. So let's just call this address here. Go ahead and remove all these elements here. So let's prototype this. So the next screen here is going to be the address scene. And in this case, we're still going to have to be tapped on here. We're going to move it instead of moving it out. So yours might be on an instant or smart animate. Let's create move in, and we want this to slide in from the left to the right, and we want the arrow to move to the arrow out, move it out. So, but instead of coming in from the left, we want to come in from the right, so it moves to the right with it. And so moving, allowing the address to be moving from the left with it. So when we want to say is move it out with it, it allows the screen to select the move out of the way. We want to go to the right. So sometime it's unclear on how these work with it. Just define on how those working for you, how it works for you. You kind of have to play with this a little bit with it. So so you can see the next thing we're going to do is to slide this address page with it. If I want to go back, I can go back, and if and that's pretty common interaction to see this slide up with it. See the X, go next, and now we can enter a series of buttons and back and screen with it. Okay, so at this point, let's go and so we need to put in the address information right now with it.